I begin the second half of the explanation regarding 2025 MQCD quality system viewpoint. I explain the middle category from 6-1 to 10-2. Let's start. Large category 6, daily and periodic maintenance control. Middle category 6-1, periodic inspection plan, measuring machine, manufacturing equipment, and QA machine. It consists of 6 small categories. But it should be said, the procedure for managing QA equipment master is defined, and the frequency of periodic inspection is appropriately defined. To summarize the viewpoint, it is whether rules have been established for daily and regular inspections of inspection tools and production equipment. This is an actual verification example. It turns out that a workpiece that had not been officially registered, meaning that its accuracy had not been regularly checked, was being used as a master. The report points out that it is necessary to register it as an official master and create an environment where it can be inspected regularly. Also, why does this happen? There are several possible reasons, but one possible case is that in a new model startup, something that should have been registered as a master goes into mass production without being registered as a master. Therefore, especially in a new startup, it is important to pay close attention to whether masters are arranged in the appropriate time and registered by the relevant department. Middle category 6-2, implementation of periodic check. It consists of 8 small categories. What it should be says, QA equipment master maintained accuracy by periodic inspection, calibration are used. To summarize the viewpoint, it involves establishing rules for daily and periodic inspection of inspection tools and the production equipment, and whether operations are being carried out in accordance with those rules. This is an actual verification example. It was pointed out that there was a mismatch between the contents recorded as startup inspection results and the actual inspection results. Middle category 6-3, setting startup check items. It consists of 3 small categories. What it should be says, the requirements for setting startup check items are decided, and the check items and the frequencies are linked to the process quality control sheet, control plan, and the work procedure. To summarize the viewpoint, the point is whether the inspection points and the inspection methods for startup inspection are clearly defined. Middle category 6-4, implementation of startup check items. It consists of 4 small categories. What it should be says, startup check is performed as specified, and it is handled appropriately when occurs abnormality. To summarize the viewpoint, it is whether the inspection points and the inspection methods are clearly defined for startup inspections, and whether the inspections are carried out in accordance with those rules. Large category 7, quality training. Middle category 7-1, training plan, operator, inspector, leader, chief, and managers. It consists of 13 small categories. What it should be says, there is rules and curriculums for quality education for each layer: operator, inspector, leader, chief, manager. And there is a system for implementing periodic quality awareness. To summarize the viewpoint, there are quality training programs for each layer and a training plan have been created. This is an actual verification example. This is a record of a verification of the appropriateness of OJT. When I asked an operator to perform a startup inspection of the gear meshing inspection device, there are items that the operator was not able to inspect. So I asked the leader to do so. He was not able to inspect it either. However, the startup inspection result was recorded as okay, and the leader also signed off on it. I pointed out that in this state, OJT would not be possible. Middle category 7-2, training implementation evaluation. It consists of 11 small categories. What it should be says, there is rules and curriculum for quality education for each layer: operator, inspector, leader, chief, manager. And there is a system for implementing periodic quality awareness, such as quality basic training. To summarize the viewpoint, there is a quality training program for each layer, and a training plan is created, and the training is implemented based on the plan. Middle category 7-3, proficiency training for operator. It consists of 4 small categories. What it should be says, process proficiency training of operators is reliably executed based on regulations and rules. To summarize the viewpoint, it is whether operator proficiency training, OJT, is being carried out in accordance with the rules. Middle category 7-4, proficiency judge of operator and flood. It consists of 3 small categories. What it should be said, the level of process proficiency of operator is accurately judged, and the work compliance control is surely implemented. To summarize the viewpoint, after the operator proficiency training, OJT, is conducted, the operator's skills are accurately assessed, and in addition, follow-up is also provided. Large category 8, supplier control. Middle category 8-1, quality assurance of important parts. It consists of 4 small categories. What it should be said, procedures, regulations for managing important safety parts of supplier is reflected. The idea of guarantee for one complete vehicle and to ensure secondary suppliers are informed. To summarize the viewpoint, Supplier Quality Manual, SQM, is created and distributed to all suppliers, and the site is conducting supplier quality control based on that SQM. Middle category 8-2, performance evaluation. It consists of 7 small categories. What it should be said, periodic evaluation is performed by procedures, regulations of managing important safety parts of suppliers, and quality control, including pass-through products, is surely implemented. To summarize the viewpoint, it is whether the site regularly evaluates the quality performance of its suppliers as part of its supplier quality management. Large category 9, horizontal development. Middle category 9-1, horizontal development system. It consists of four small categories. What it should be says, there is a system to check, evaluate the effect of reflecting horizontal development of similar parts, similar processes with a company-wide level, including overseas. There is a system to develop critical quality problems in company-wide. To summarize the viewpoint, it is whether the content of quality problems and countermeasures have been horizontally developed to the related sites and processes. Horizontal development can be within a site, with suppliers, or globally. MSI's Quality Assurance Department is responsible for global horizontal development. Middle category 9-2, deployment, forecast management. It consists of four small categories. What it should be says, horizontal development is performed and the result is confirmed. Critical quality problems have been developed in company-wide are linked to actual results. To summarize the viewpoint, the question is whether the content of the quality problems and the countermeasure to be taken have been horizontally developed to the relevant sites and processes, and whether follow-up is also being carried out. Here is an actual verification example. MSI Quality Assurance Department horizontally developed the information regarding critical quality issues globally. After the site received the information, they verified the situation at their own factory and provide a response to MSI Quality Assurance Department regarding their verification results. This is the way things should be. However, in some cases, this was not the case. Large category 10, quality assurance records. Middle category 10-1, setup process, quality control items. It consists of 11 small categories. What it should be says, there is a system for setting quality characteristics and the production condition control items of control plan. It organizes the required items with customer, for example, creating quality standard, make an inspection result sheet, and appropriately set from viewpoint of guarantee for one complete vehicle. To summarize the viewpoint, it is whether the control items that control methods are properly defined in each processes and phase of the quality assurance system chart. Quality assurance system chart to ensure product quality. The control methods also includes rules under abnormal condition. This is an actual verification example. During verification, we happen to come across a situation where an operator dropped an assembly component onto the floor. Normally, the operator would follow the abnormality handling rules. However, it was pointed out that this was not actually the case. This is a document that was presented to the site for reference. It is MSI's abnormal handling rule. The site in the previous case had abnormal handling rules, but the information escalation flow was partially unclear. Therefore, we shared the MSI rules for reference, which even clarified the escalation flow for reference. Middle category 10-2, implementation of quality records. It consists of three small categories. What it should be said, quality check is performed as defined, and in case of abnormalities, actions are taken according to the specified rules and trace control are implemented. To summarize the viewpoint, whether quality records are being kept as required. This concludes the second half. Thank you for your listening and watching.